Hello, and welcome to the Teaching Piano
Unmuted.
webinar. My name is Craig Latson, and I will be your host. I have been teaching toddlers for over 25 years. At one time, I had over 100 private students and 2-year waiting list. I am currently the Music Education Director at Fort Bend Music Center in Houston, Texas, one of the largest music schools in America, and we teach all ages from 18 months to adults. Also joining us today is Ms. Heiner. She is the musicologist and the program creator of the Soft Mozart Piano Learning Program. Ms. Heiner will be speaking to us later on in the program. During the past 20 years, I have conducted music seminars all over the United States, national and international. However, up to this point, I have never seen a program like the Soft Mozart program. I decided to use the Soft Mozart program in my music school, and the results were miraculous. Our toddlers and our early learners loved it, and the parents were amazed by how easy it was to teach their kids. And they found out that they can learn how to play the piano in the privacy of their own home. I was very excited about the results that I decided that we were going to put it in all of our stores. And I am encouraging all of my parents to get this wonderful piano learning software for their kids. Now, at the end of this webinar, we will tell you how you can obtain and use this fantastic program for yourself. So let's get started. The 100% guaranteed method for teaching piano to your tots. Now, I'm so excited about the program because when we had it in our store and we had some of our toddlers to work with the program, and they did not want to leave. As a matter of fact, the parents had to leave after 2 hours, and the tots started crying because they did not want to leave at all. How to get the behavior you want without being the parent that you hate. And why right now is the perfect time to start teaching your baby music in the comfort and privacy of your own home. Now, you have been communicating with your toddlers from since they were born. They cried, you picked them up. You soothed them. You shushed them. You talked to them. So they have been learning from you all the time. Toddlers learn just like anyone else by doing. So when a kid does something that we don't like, it's good news. Don't worry about it, because that's how they're going to learn that it is not okay. If we just talk to them about it, whether they are 6 months old or 16 years old, it doesn't get in. But if they have an experience that taught them that lesson, then that will get in, and they will get it. So from about the age of 2 weeks old, kids have what I call the if-then experience. What that means, if I cry, then what? If I smile, what happens? If I throw my bottle on the ground, what happens? If I throw it again and again and again, what happens? You keep picking it up for them and bringing it back to them. Like this little toddler said, I'm going to drop my bottle and make them pick it up again. Kids are very smart, even as toddlers, which is why they keep doing it. It's a really fun experience for them, and kids love repetition. Toddlers love to have the same book read over and over. Toddlers love to see the same video over and over and over. I know some of you parents know that. Toddlers love to listen to the same song over and over and over. I have a 3-year-old niece. I think we've seen Let It Snow about 500 times. They like to eat the same food over and over again. Kids learn by repetition. They find it very comforting. Even what we think is this negative attention, toddlers find it very comforting. Toddlers say, I thought that would happen. I hit my mom, and she paid lots of attention to me, and that was very dramatic. So that makes toddlers say, okay, let me see if I can make that happen again. So what is the answer? The answer is the behavior that we want least, we have to give the most boring response to. Remember that. The behavior that you want from your toddler, the least, we have to give the most boring response to. And that's also for older kids. What toddlers like best is dramatics, big facial expressions. The same thing that we do for our little babies. Oh, yeah. We have to give kids less of that. But it doesn't mean we don't pay attention to them. It means we give them boring and unpleasant. Not dramatic and unpleasant, but boring and unpleasant. Say no, and then give them a totally blank face. Look at that little fellow. Doesn't know what's going on. I didn't get dramatics. Or you may even turn your face away. Example, let's say your toddler reached out and hit you in the face. Oh my, I can hear some of the parents right now. Poor toddler, he's in trouble. What would you do? Would you dramatize? Would you spank? Would you abuse? Or would you do like this father said, I'm going to punch you in the face, just like you hit me? The answer is, take his hand, say no, then turn your face away and release his hands, because what your toddler wants is your face time, whether it's a smile, a frown, or a drama. Toddlers want to see what's going on in your face area. What does the screen, which is your face, look like right now? All your toddler is looking for is a dramatic reaction. We love our toddlers, and yet sometimes, they can drive us crazy. And their behavior and actions make us worry that we are not doing a good job in raising them. Every mother knows that if she hasn't seen or heard their child for even a couple of minutes, trouble is likely to be brewing in the house. Imagine another picture, though. Imagine your toddler sitting in front of a keyboard and reading music. So it's not worth chasing after a toddler to explain music lessons to him. There's no point in squatting down and looking them in the eye. In short life, and in the short life of the toddler, they have already managed to catch to one of the most important rules. If an adult wants something from me, they will look me in the eye and kneel down to my level. There's always something that toddlers do not want. They don't want to go to bed, to eat boiled carrots, or take nasty medicine. So if you want to make a successful start with music lessons for your toddlers, you need to remember the most important rule. If you want him to be drawn to you, you need to ignore him. Let me say that again. If you want him to be drawn to you, you need to ignore him. Don't ask your toddler if he wants to play the piano or sing a song. While the toddler is thinking about what he wants or doesn't want, you are having a piano lesson yourself. You sat at the piano. You need to suggest to him to do something like playing the piano. Then start doing it enthusiastically yourself. Remember, the toddler is carefully watching what you are doing. But if he doesn't get involved with the activity, then get another person to join in with you. And don't worry about your child. He is watching everything. Trust me, I've seen it a million times. He is hearing everything and is taking it all in. And if not at first lesson, then at the second lesson, he will quietly start getting involved with the task. When working with little ones, it is important to master the art of immediately noticing and rewarding every possible movement they make. You also need to be able to quickly and clearly say exactly what the child has done correctly and why he is getting rewarded. Don't be afraid to include in this list of achievements even the smallest actions, like he wasn't swinging his legs for a few seconds, or he took his finger out of his mouth, or he tried to sing the note do. Even if the child simply nodded and didn't even think about it, count that as a credit to him. In this way, the toddler starts to understand that we are really working with him and what is expected of him so as to become a good student. He will certainly not want you to be disappointed in him. Look at that big smile. And he will come back again and again and again to the piano to play it. I've seen that also. So remember this acronym, WGRGR. What that means is what gets rewarded gets repeated. If you have to make a note of that, please do. What gets rewarded gets repeated. If you want to start teaching your toddler how to play the piano effectively, then you are in the right place right now. We are going to send each participant tonight a unique test drive kit, an article about how you can monitor attention span of your toddler, and we're going to send you a software program that will help you to monitor the attention span of your toddler. We also develop a very simple remote way of training. Any parent or grandparent will learn how to teach your toddler to play the piano in the comfort and convenience of your own home. I could not believe this system. Yes, we will teach you how to teach your toddler piano. Moreover, we will certify you to become an expert in the music education of your toddler, and it doesn't take much at all. It is very easy and simple. So what do you need to do to get started? You will receive instructions in our follow-up email about our exclusive offerings and incredible deals. Don't miss it. Now, Ms. Helen Heiner, she is owner and developer of the Soft Mozart Music Education System for early learners. Moms and dads, it is my pleasure to introduce to you my friend, Miss Helen Heiner. She is musicologist and program creator of this famous music program for early learners. So at this time, I want Miss Heiner to come in and say a word. Hello, Miss Heiner.
Hi, Craig. How are you?
Doing fine. How are you? We want to make sure that everybody can hear. Okay.
Okay.
Well, what Miss Heiner, this video
Yes.
caught my eye. And I don't know if everyone here has seen this video, but I would like for everyone to watch this video, and then I have a few questions that I want to ask you. I would like to let everybody know that I have not been working with Ms. Heiner. I just enjoyed her program so much, I decided to put it in all my stores and ask her to help introduce this to the United States, since it has been so overwhelmingly accepted in Europe and Asia, and we in America need to really catch up. So let's go ahead. Is it okay, Ms. Heiner, if they can look at this right quick?
Yes. Yes. It's wonderful that you choose this video.
Okay,
I
let's
like
do
it.
this.
What's next? Ну, так спаемся. Видишь, мама, не еду на коррупцию.
You did lots and half did a dough at the end.
Давай. Смотри. Безымянные висенчики. Безымянные опять. Средний потом. Указательный. И большой. Ура!
Okay, Ms. Heiner? Okay, what I
Yes,
would like
I'm
to
here.
do, I wanted everybody to see that because I was so impressed with those little babies. It's just unbelievable until I saw it myself that they can play the piano. So I would like to ask you some questions as we go along the way. Now, explain to us this little girl here, and she is playing the piano. What's happening there?
This is a girl from United Kingdom. This is footage I received from her parents. She is on this video. She's drawn towards this computer screen with music notation, but music notation presented in elementary and interactive way. So she see what she's doing, and she's reluctant. She's kind of not focusing fully attentive. She is moving around and trying to play a key at a time with her pointer. And later in this video, in couple of months, she's demonstrating completely different skills. She's focused, she's completely there, and she is following up, and she is sight reading
Now,
music
let me
and
ask
playing
you a
a song.
question.
She's using all 10
Ms. Heiner,
fingers.
how did that happen in a couple of months that she went from not so good of attention span to actually looking at the screen and playing music? What all happened there?
You see, Craig, the greatest motivator of any toddler to move and to develop their attention span is their vision. When child see the goal, the child will follow up. She is drawn because she see the image. She knows how to find it, and this is what caught her attention. And the home environment is created the way when everybody is doing that. Everybody is playing piano. Her mom is playing. Her dad is playing. Her little brother is also learning. So it's just environment that inviting her, that it is great activity, and this is what she likes to do. She can do it.
Now, I was really impressed by this little baby. Explain to us, I had no idea that a little baby could even comprehend how to play. So tell me how this is happening.
You see, the intelligence of little babies is a little underestimated. When baby is born, the first year and a half of their lives, they are rebuilding their motor skills, adjusting it to the gravity. But mentally, they are willing and can do much more than we estimate. In fact, many pediatricians and many educators suggest for babies to start developing their fine motor skills when they achieve 24 months. It's extremely important for their brain. So from 24 months, each child can control each finger of right and left hand and coordinate both hands. When we created the program, when they can see what to press, and they're developing fine motor skills very intensively.
Oh, okay. Now, I've noticed that we have 2 early learners at a table. What are they doing? I see the note do, which is C. What are they doing here?
We created a bridge between speech and phonetical perception and sounds. So the children as young as, like on this picture, is about 15, 16 months, they already perceive the pictures on the level of speech. They say sounds of music and then start singing it. They bring speech to pitch, and they develop perfect music ear. As you see, this little boy is just pulling toward the computer, trying to restart the song. They enjoy it very much. And when they recognize the pictures and can say them, then they easily move to pushing the keys and developing fine motor skills.
Well, let's talk about 2 hemispheres. Here's another little baby. What about 2 hemispheres?
We have to pay really great attention about role of the music and piano lessons in upbringing of our children. Each human being has 2 hemispheres, and when they work simultaneously together, the children build a very solid bridge between right and left. They create a lot of pathways, and those neuron pathways help them, serve them for the rest of their lives. It's right now the windows of opportunity. Use it or lose it. If they will do the activity like that with piano keys and play with both hands, they're not just learning music. They are building up better future because the balanced brain is a happy child, the happy person. Uh, People with balanced brain, they can perceive problems much better than regular human beings. They are not being depressed. They are not losing compassion towards other people, and they see any situation in 3D. They can see it from different angles. They are not going to lose
Okay.
in life. So I believe that we have to leave children. It's not that much how much money we leave for our children, what kind of education we will give them. Our, I believe, our priority to give them happy, balanced brain, the brain that is capable of solve any
Okay.
problems in life.
Now, you mentioned something about the three-step system that will help us to teach the kids. Tell us about that three-step system that the parents will be receiving.
The first step I think the parents should do is to purchase inexpensive digital keyboard, 61 keys or more. I am not working for any keyboard company, but I know that this instrument is very great for children, and being connected to computer, it's just a blessing.
Okay, so what's the second step?
The second the second step is create environment and surround child with love to music when mommy and daddy also learning how to play, not just singing to the baby but also playing the lullabies and nursery songs. And the third step is to to get my training, soft Mozart training, and become a professional, not just parent, but a teacher for their own
Oh,
children. It's very, very important because I developed the system when practically anyone can start from scratch and to reach very, very advanced level music, because music can bring to families better quality of time together. The parties will be different because children and parents will play together, play to each other, not just sing but play. It's creativity. It's so much. It's like a different dimension of family
okay,
life.
so I am the music education director of a large music school, and we have professional teachers who think that you should get acoustic pianos for touch and so that you can have the piano touch. But I see that you are promoting digital keyboards. So why do you think a digital keyboard would work? Because we're here in the United States and they try to make parents buy expensive pianos. So why would a digital keyboard work for a toddler or a baby?
Well, Craig, I will be honest with you. I am a classically trained musician and pianist, and I also had my preservation towards digital keyboards. But now I can say this is the best instrument to start for babies because it doesn't require any strength to push the key. In fact, little Mozart, he didn't play acoustic piano. At his time, there was no acoustic pianos as we know them. It was clavichord and clavecin, the instruments which is not having any touch sensitivity. Bach, Mozart, Beethoven, even Schubert in 19th century, they didn't have a chance to play regular piano as we know it. It was all the functions of acoustic piano that we enjoy today were created at the middle of 19th century. So another thing is in 1984 it was a sort of experiment when they invited 500 people among them music educators, musicians, composers, and they let them um, check when they have when they hear sounds of acoustic piano and when digital. And people failed. They couldn't recognize one from another. So in modern days, digital piano is not worse than acoustic with the quality of sound. So I don't see why we shouldn't start our children with keyboard. Mozart started with keyboard as well, so it didn't spoil his ear. And I see more positive what keyboard can give
Okay, I
to
have
our
a very
children.
important question that a lot of the parents may be asking, and that is, if you have a parent, they know nothing about music. They are, let's say, musically illiterate. Not to be negative, but their parent, they could be tone deaf, don't know anything. How then can you teach a parent how to teach a toddler or baby to play the piano when they cannot do it themselves?
Well, let me tell you something. For the parents, the hardest part of teaching piano with my system is it's like to become a new role model. Because to switch from the parent role to the teacher role is a little tricky, and this is what we train parents. But the piano part is very, very easy because any parent who can speak, who can hear any sounds, and who has 10 fingers and can move them, they are capable to learn with my system very effectively and very fast. Some parents can achieve remarkable results, and they play advanced songs as fast as
Oh,
in 2 months. And I developed the lesson plans for parents and for children, so they are capable of teaching
oh,
their own
okay.
children.
And the last question I would like to ask is, why then is right now the time? Why not, like most teachers say, wait till your child is 6 or 7, but you're saying even 2 or less. So why is that?
I already told a little bit earlier in this webinar that it's a window of opportunity. Um, child born with certain amount of neurons in child's brain, and between 2 and 5, these neurons intensively uh, build pathways, neuron pathways in their brain, and neurologists say use it or lose it. So if children will start using piano and music to develop fine motor skills, it will lay out completely different future, academic future, music future, human future
Oh,
for
okay,
them.
okay,
It's going to be completely
okay.
different life.
Then the last thing we want to look at is the parents' training. We said that they were going to get a free test drive system, and we're going to email every parent that is on the webinar tonight that free system. Now, we want to ask, because I'm not familiar with it either, but I like to blow this up first. Okay, and I would like to ask some questions. I would like to ask, first of all, on the system that they're going to get, there is something that's called gentle piano, and I saw one of the students doing this. Explain this on what the parents are seeing.
Well, the gentle piano is the program that makes sheet music visual and interactive. We also made it elementary. It's very common. When we teach children to read, we use ABC books with pictures. And then we have pictures books. And then we have less and less pictures, more and more text, it's chapter books. And then we have it like novels. The same is with my system. I just created different formats for music text, And it's from elementary to, as you see on the screen, to the original. And gradually children move from reading elementary ABC text to the novel format, like you see
Okay,
it on
then
the
tell us
screen.
about the note alphabet module that they would be working with. What is that all about?
All the modules in this system is they are created on the very advanced mathematical algorithm. It fills every move of every player. So children, when they work on this module, they develop many essential basic skills. It's hand-to-eye coordination, both hands coordination. They learn how to focus and shift the focus when with the moving objects. And then finally they come to understanding of organization of music notes and piano keys. And they look at the music notes and piano keys from different perspective, horizontally and
Okay.
vertically.
Then let me ask you something. This was really something that was unique. What is fruit line modules? I mean, I'm hearing terms that I've never heard before, but it seems like a lot of fun. Tell us about fruit line.
You see, no programs before we came to the market, no method was training eyesight of beginners to read lines and spaces, and it's the greatest obstacle in dealing with music notation, to see which line is where and what notes and keys are corresponding. So Fruit Lines is the interactive module that is training eyesight of learners how to read lines and
Oh,
spaces.
okay. We have about 5 minutes left. Let's ask you about the bass clef and the treble clef modules. I've noticed that now we're getting to some real reactions here. Tell us about that.
Well, as I said, we developed very advanced algorithm that teaches children to read notes on the fly. And they have to assemble the Mozart Portrait. These modules could my students using for years. They start as babies, and then they move and getting more and more advanced, and then they start reading all these music notes on the fly. It's just training.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting because I see what the important factor is, and that is, look like the kids are having a lot of fun.
Yes, they don't even realize what kind of intense training they are going through before they find themselves on stage playing piano for everyone and enjoying it. The most important part that I was concerning when I was developing this program is to build strong self-esteem of my students. This program goal is to develop happy, self-confident children. And they are not afraid of stage. They are not afraid to be leaders. Um, I use this program for 14 years, and we already have university students, very successful graduates. It's not just about music. We are using music as a major tool to develop the best potential of every child.
Now, last but not least on here, I noticed, now, I like flashcards. So I see you finally got the flashcards. So how did you design those flashcards? And I see this little girl. What is she actually doing?
Well, it's very hard to tell because this is a short video, but this is very sophisticated flashcards. The cards are teaching children to read lines and spaces, recognize intervals, and they are preparing children to reading a regular music notation, because the goal of my system is to bring child to regular one-on-one interaction with sheet
Oh, okay.
music.
All right. We have about 3 minutes left. So let's get to the bottom line. The parents are going to receive this free merchandise and software and all of that. But now I've noticed you have here some tuition subscriptions if they would like to do yearly or monthly. Now, what's different between these yearly and monthly subscriptions and what you are going to be sending them free?
Well, we are sending them short version of our full software. It's going to be one song and shortened version of each module. And along with that, they are going to receive my latest article about attention span, how they can use the system to check their children's attention span and what steps they should make to develop the attention span. But the full version of the software is more enhanced, having more layers, and it's like an entire new dimension of education. So we provide coaching, we provide help, and we work with parents together on music education and on teaching how to teach music at home. Parents can subscribe month by month, or they can subscribe in a year. Of course, if they subscribe for entire year and pay in advance, they will pay much less. And at the end of such training, they are going to receive a certificate which will give them permission not just to teach their own children, but their neighbors, and they will become pro.
Okay, now my last question is, when they receive their free demo kit, will all of this be involved where they can go in and look at the tuition and the monthly and all of that they can subscribe to if they would like?
Yes, yes, they will be able to subscribe to the training, and after they will pass the certification, training and certification in 1 year, they will become our VIP members with very special prizes. Since we are kind of just exploring market in America, we are making the entering prizes a little expensive to make sure that we got the most dedicated, loyal parents who is really disciplined and want to make changes in their children's lives. And after that, they are becoming our VIP with a very little amount to pay for
Okay.
the system.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Heiner. We certainly appreciate you giving us that information, and I would like to let all the parents know that on tomorrow you will be receiving the free demo kit that Ms. Heiner was talking about. Also, I would like to tell you, if you have any questions, you all received the email. Just reply or send us an email back with your questions, and Ms. Heiner or myself, I'll get the information from her, will directly call you back. So we want to thank you so much for taking time out with this webinar and putting up with our beginning of it, but it will be much better. We have some international people that will be coming. We will also send you emails on the next webinar that we will have, and Ms. Heiner will be covering different subjects, trainings, and things like that. So again, if you have any questions that you want to ask, just go to the email that you received from us. I think it was daily we sent you something. Then just send an email to us and reply, and we'll make sure we get back to you. Thank you, Ms. Heiner, and we thank everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, Greg.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you next time. Bye.